Look what just showed up at this house. Woo! Look, Al. Look what just showed up. Look what just showed up. We got a new ice house. I know. I'm excited too. We got the outbreak. We got the big outbreak. Woo! Outbreak, outbreak. Did you hear him? Outbreak, outbreak. Yeah, look. Watch out. I gotta roll it. Ooh. I don't know if it's gonna fit in here, Al.
What is that? You helping Daddy? You helping Daddy?
Sounds like it's got extra pieces. Oh yeah, it does. Well, that's interesting. I don't know if there's gonna be enough room in here. Daddy might have to go play outside.
Have fun. You can't even tell where the sidewalk is.
He says. Oh yeah, this one's way wider than the other one. It ain't going up in here.
I was gonna say I didn't think it would.
Time to take it outside.
Where are you gonna do that outside?
In the yard.
The front yard? You think you're gonna be able to get into that snowbank and put that up?
I don't know.
I don't think you should do that because then it's gonna be wet. You're just gonna have to go out to the lake and do it.
Woo! See? She told me I can go to the lake. That's all I wanted right there. My plan worked. Here is the new Northern Hoosier Outdoors fish camp. She's big. The Outbreak is a monster. We got lots of room. We've got lights. Got a good buddy to keep me company. And there's already fish in the bucket. Yeah, look how big this is. This is a big house. Really big house. Wow. Eskimo OUTBREAK 850XD. It is big. It's got a full-length door on one side. The other side has your standard triangular door. Really good tethers. Heaviest duty tethers that I've got in all three of my ice houses that I've had. But yeah, check out this door. All the way to the ice, no tripping. No tripping. Quinn's getting stuff all set up in here. We've got 4 lines in. Each of us get 2 lines. And we've got some crappies in the bucket already. We got new lights. It's looking sick. What do you think, Quinn? You think you need one too?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely say the Vortex, the Otters getting passed up.
Yeah?
Eskimo all the way.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm. This is a good deal. I couldn't pass it up. Yeah, it wasn't even that hard to set up either. Very big. We can stand up in here. Lots of room. Now we've got a lot of stuff in here, but if we had a group of people, we'd have a line right here of holes, and everybody could just sit side by side here. And then we'd have a walkway in the back. I'd have these in a different spot. We'd have a walkway in the back to get out the door, maybe even that door over there, and then set tip-ups outside. So everybody has a line in here and then tip-ups outside. I also like that Eskimo went with a lighter interior because the other one that I've got is black inside, and it takes a lot of light to try to lighten that up. And in here, this lights up really well by having it be that lighter color. I like that. Heck yeah. All right, let's get fishing. Oh, bobber's gone. Sweet. I'm over here messing around. I look over, oh crap. One for the pot. Ooh, yeah, baby. Somebody was high. Ooh, hey. Ooh, hey. Oh, it felt bigger than it was. It was digging hard. Okay, well, if you want to be free, go back. Bye. There you go. You figured it out. 8 feet out of, what are we at? 20? Almost 20? 19 feet? 18 feet?
You got 19 over there? I got 17.9 right here.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a
How
elevation
nice is
change.
that? You got your own house over there and I got my own house over here, dude.
Not in anybody's
Holy
way.
Shit, this is so nice.
Ooh, it got warm in here now that them doors are closed too. That heater over there is kicking out a lot.
Yeah.
That's the next thing I need to do. I need to get a second heater. Because one is not enough to keep my family warm.
Yeah, that's why I went with this one.
One's enough for me, but Nikki and the kids require a little bit more heat.
Yeah, I agree there.
Hell, the only reason that I even need a heater right now is because it's like, what, 10 degrees out? Less? If it's anything over 15, I'm usually fine. God, that vast amount of light that we got helps a lot too. I've never had so much light in the ice house.
No, I was gonna say, it feels like an ice castle or goddamn daylight out here.
Right? Oh, you sucker. He hit it and dropped it.
Oh, I
thought he still
I
had
a
it.
good one of them. Pulled it. He hit it, pulled the bobber all the way down, at least 2-3 inches under the water. Set the hook, pulled him up to 7.5, 8 feet off the bottom, and he spits it.
Ah, boo.
It's like, come on, man. That was such a nice one too. Came up and just smashed it.
Speaking of getting smashed.
Ooh.
I woke him up a little bit. He crushed that minnow in half. I'm gonna have to get a new one. He bent it in half in his throat. Just me lifting those up made a ton of fish move in on my Vex. Just by lifting them up for a second. Yeah, buddy.
He was on me the whole time.
Was he?
I was like, every time I jig it, it's not falling back down. I pull it up and it's just slowly sitting.
Up. Oh, you booger. Okay. Come on, fish. Oh.
Old school, huh?
I'm gonna have to now. I'm already in it. Wasn't gonna do it that way, but there was no grabbing the rod quick enough. I went to move the bait. It was doing what you just said. We were just holding it. Went to move the bait and check it, and there was just weight there. Dude, I've done that so many times. Had to just hand over hand with the crappies, because a lot of times I would just I'd put my rod up in the top of the hub. Hey, a gill. I'd put my rod up in the top of the hub and just let it hang there. And if the bobber went down, I'd just grab it and start pulling it up like a tip up. Yeah, buddy. Does it feel good?
Oh,
yeah buddy.
Easy.
I'd say it feels good. Whoop!
Fucking dancing with the devil over here. And she got off.
Is it off? Nice. Let's see that guy.
Not bad.
What Quinn just got. That's a good one. Sweet. Next. Nope, speaking of next, here we go. Oh, and I missed him. He was hitting it goofy. I think that might have been a bluegill. It was like a weird tappy tap. Here it comes. He's coming up to nail it. Yep. Ooh! Please be as good as you feel. Please. Yep. Dude, he flew up after that thing when I started jigging it. That's my biggest crappie of the season, I think. Oh, come here. If it's not, it's close. Definitely the girthiest. Look at his back.
Oh, yes. That's a good eater.
Uh-oh, I got another one over there. There's one. Oh, come on, hit it. Oh, he's chasing it. Oh, he's chasing it. Oh, come on. Chased it that whole way, and then you're going to back off. Oh, no. Yeah, grab it, grab it, grab it, grab it. Grab it, grab it, grab it. He was chasing it, and then I dropped it past him, got him all mad. Come on. Come back and hit it. Yep. Here it comes. And go. Ah, you're a baby, though. This is the kind of bite that I like getting the kids on. When there's no downtime. Not much. This is about what it was like the other day with Alan. Couldn't have asked for better for him. So something that Anthony and Quinn found was, oh, time out. So, back to what I was saying. Him and Anthony found a spot out here on this lake where we've got a, yeah, you can go back. We've got a slope coming down from an island, and it's got a pretty decent transition, and right about at 20 feet, between like 19 and 22 feet, it flattens off into a plateau, and it's the only spot of a plateau in this area. Everything else, it keeps slanting down. You've got a gradual slant, and there's this one spot right in the middle where this is, there's a table, and everything else slants away from that table. Well, we've got walleyes, crappies, perch, bluegill. They caught a big, 38-inch pike.
Yep.
On top of it. The fish want to be here on top of this little plate. So that's why we're sitting here. And when you look at the map, it's honestly not something that even, it doesn't really look like it would be that promising, to be honest.
It doesn't even look like that big of a plate.
No, but there's something to that small amount of structure that's there, that flat.
Gives the fish a nice little break.
They've got a spot to sit, and everywhere around it is a slope. You've either got a slope going up or a slope going down, and they're utilizing it. Now, walleye and pike and bass are out as of just a couple days ago.
That's the only thing I haven't caught in this spot is a bass and a drum.
Bass and, okay.
That's the only two species we haven't caught here.
Otherwise, everything else, huh? So yeah, those are out. They're out now because today is what, the 1st or the 2nd?
1st.
Today's the 1st of March.
Well, now it's the 2nd.
Now, yeah. It was the 1st of March
when we got here.
When Quinn first got here. I ended up here a little after midnight. Actually, it was almost 1, I think, when I got here. And but yeah, so a couple days after the season's over, and we got our licenses, and so can't keep walleyes or pike or anything like that. We can keep panfish though, but we're not fishing for anything toothy like that. But doesn't mean that they won't hit what we've got. If they want to eat a minnow, they're going to. So we'll just see what happens, and if we do catch one, it'll be a fun picture time and go back down the hole. All we're keeping tonight is panfish. Or if we get a drum, I'll keep a drum. Whoa!
I tried to miss on that one.
I just lost this one too. Bottom of the hole. I looked. I just got done looking at you. I looked down and it's gone. But yeah, so if we were to hook a drum, which I've never caught one through the ice, that would be a blast. But those ones you can keep also. And they're surprisingly good. A lot of people think that they're a garbage fish. They're kind of that they are like carp or suckers, and they're not. They're very much a predator. Do that again. Go back down all the way again. I want to see you do it. I don't know what you're running, but all I've got on is a treble hook with a minnow. There's no jig. There's no nothing. Nope. They're just bare. You got jigs?
Yep. All tungstens in one spoon.
Okay. All different colors?
Yeah. So this one's yellow and pink. That one's like a. Pretty much just all green glow.
Okay. Have you been doing glows on them? Have you been charging them up or not really?
Not tonight, no. I don't got my flashlight tonight.
Oh.
I actually lost mine. I've been using Anthony's.
Was yours the little one or the bigger one?
The little one.
You guys didn't drop it down a hole, did you?
Possibly.
Tequila was involved, get off me.
I got sick of pulling my jig up to glow it, so I figured it would be better down there anyways.
Drop it.
Shut off before it even touched the top of the hole.
We're on a really good bite tonight. We've got multiple species coming in. Bluegills, crappies, perch. In fact, I just pulled a perch up.
I had a pumpkin seed pull up.
Did you?
Yeah, just a baby though, just a little puppy. That was over in the other house, just about 15 feet behind us.
Nice. That guy wasn't taking the bobber down, he was just taking it from one side of the hole to the other. You're going back, buddy. You're little. You'll get bigger so I can catch you in a year or two. There you go. And it's interesting. A lot of times I feel like perch are more of a species that hangs out closer to the bottom, and crappies are more of the ones that are hanging up high. But oddly enough, the crappies that I've been catching, a lot of them have been really close to the bottom, and then the perch have been up at 10 feet. I don't understand that, but that's why you can't go by what the textbooks say. This is what this kind of fish does, because they will do whatever they want.
Well, right, and like you said, the perch, I would assume they'd act like a walleye. They'd
Correct.
The bottom,
down on the bottom more.
You pull them up off, and you chase, and then they'd hit. But
right. Yep, a lot of mine, though, have been suspended. No. Come on. I see you. Come on. Heck, the one night with you guys, I had a rod in each hand, both of them were set, and I'm reeling, and then I switch, and I'm reeling, and I'm switching, and I'm back and forth with them, because I had two really good fish on. I caught 2 eater crappies right there, bang. Man, well, Lulu did the same thing when Jessie and her were out. Atta girl. She had just pulled a big one up. And as soon as she got that one up, the other bobber next to her went down. She grabbed that one and went.
It's got one.
There's another one.
I love
Go.
them ones.
That's fantastic.
Is it on?
Yeah, when they all just they turn on at one time.
That's a hungry school I like.
Yep.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah, it's a little
Wake
one.
up. I might have to switch minnows because
Lulu got a twofer.
they've been getting chomped on and they're killing them.
Look at that one.
And they've been kind of picky. They do want ones that are really wiggling good. Dude, thanks for coming out, man. I wanted to test this house out so bad. As soon as I came to the house, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to pop it up. But I didn't want to go outside because it was snowing still. And yeah, it was not going to go up in my house. No room. I even moved the couches and everything. It's way too big. Now we could host a party in here.
Easily.
Come on. Which one's it gonna be? Got fish sitting on both of them. Oh, scared that one. Darn it. So I've never understood that. Why is a fish this big scared of a minnow? Just because it moves. Why? Isn't that weird? But then other times that movement makes them chase.
Right.
I don't understand. Somebody hit it on the drop. Ooh, hey. Hey, now. Hey.
Your next one.
It's him. It's him. It's him.
Is it? I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
Thanks.
He's gone.
Yeah. Come here. Come on. Come on. Stop. Oh, that is a nice one. That is a nice one there. Look at that guy.
Oh.
Oh. That's enough. Look at that guy. Oh, yeah. In the pot you go. Yep. Come on. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, hey. Hey, shoulders. Oh, shoulders. Oh, come on. Yeah, you want it. Come on, eat it. Eat it. Yep. Yeah, buddy. Ooh, hey. Look at you. Coming out of nowhere. Dude, all of a sudden one came out of nowhere.
Smashed.
Smashed me.
Tripod's not that big. I could put that in my sled easily.
Correct. Did you see how small they were when I first brought them in?
Uh-uh.
They fold up and they get like this big around and about this long. This is it. It's like
That's nice.
dinky.
Amazon again for the win.
Oh, there we go. Oh, that feels pretty good.
I hope it's that bitch that just got me. Ooh.
That's a nice one. Come here, come here, come here, come here. That's a nice fish. Beautiful crappies tonight. We haven't caught that many small ones. It's been a pretty decent sized night. Good sized fish. This one's probably 5 or 6 feet up. And it's getting hit right now. Nice. There we go. Yeah. And it's a baby and he's going back. Ow. Thanks for that.
Pokey.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Alan has so many little red dots all over his hand from getting poked by all the fish the other day. And he was crying half the time. He was happy, but then he was crying. And then he was happy, and then he was crying. And I'm like, what are you crying about? And I'm like, oh, you got poked, didn't you? Yeah, he's got little red dots all over his hand from all the perch that he was holding. Because he wouldn't lip them. I don't know what his deal was, but he used to lip them when he was a year old, and now he doesn't want to lip them anymore. It's like, well, fine, you're going to get poked then. Wow, that didn't work well. Well, I'm going to say them words. Words that the fish love to hear, that I don't like to say. But I'm going to start packing up now. Get stuff ready to go in the truck. And you watch. They're gonna start hitting now that I said that it's time to go. We're leaving now. They all just go at one time.
One big ass norther just comes and bites all of them.
Bye. Bye now. It's been fun. Big perch. See, we're packing up and the fish are deciding to turn back on again. Well, I am enjoying my new Eskimo 850XD. The Outbreak is awesome. It really is. Cannot beat the amount of room that we've got in here. Look, and my lights that I just got. This is a big house. It's almost like being in an ice castle, only way cheaper and way easier to set up. And way lighter. I can go out on really thin ice, early and late ice. Oh, that's fantastic. We've got heaters in here, both ends. Bucket full of fish. Lights off of Amazon. And they run off of this here. I've got a USB that connects to the batteries there with alligator clips. Fantastic setup. Lots of room in here. There's no reason that we couldn't have at least 5 or 6 guys sitting in here comfortably. We'd have stuff set up a little different. Because there's only 2 of us, we were able to space stuff out quite a bit, and we've got a lot of elbow room, just 2 of us. Not a bad night on the ice at all. We got a nice mess of fish here. We had fun doing it too. In the Outbreak. She's big and it's nice. And we had light, fantastic lighting in here. Great night. Well, my buddy Quinn, he ended up out on the ice before me tonight, and I was still at work, and I took off a couple hours early, which was still at midnight. Got my stuff ready, got my new ice house and my new lights, and met him out on the lake, and we pounded the crappies and some perch and enjoyed the new ice house. It is fantastic. But now I'm on my way home to get the kids and get them taken to school, and then I'm gonna go back home and hopefully get some sleep. So I think I'm gonna crash hard, but it was worth it. We caught good fish, we had a good time, and we found out just how awesome the new ice house is and the lights. So, well worth it. It's a great way to start it out. Great way to break it in and try the new ice house out, was getting on the fish, and they were actually biting really good for a long time. And they actually stopped hitting so good when it was time for us to pack up, so it made it easy to leave. So I am just now getting ready to pull into the house, and I gotta have the kids to school in the next 40 minutes. So I think I did pretty good. Even if stuff is last minute idea to go fishing, last minute getting home to get the kids and get them to school, but by God, I will get them to school and they will be on time. Time management. That's key. And I'm pretty good at it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you around.